So, bringing a guest now, we're joined by Wang Wen, the Professor and Executive Dean of Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies at Renmin University of China. Welcome to the programme. It's great to have you with us. Now, many in Hong Kong are viewing Beijing's decision to impose national security legislation as an attempt to strip away basic freedoms. Is that what's happening?
I think that every big country has its own national security law. The United States has, Britain has, France has, so I think that China should have one. So Hong Kong is a part of China, as you said, that of course we need to be a national security law. So this year is just a make-up. So this national security law is formulated under the framework of one country, two systems, so which is the supplement of Hong Kong basic law and does not affect Hong Kong's freedom. So at present, some people in Hong Kong are not worried about freedom, but do not recognize the Chinese system, do not recognize China as Hong Kong legislation. So I think this is a basic reality.
So from a legal perspective, does Beijing have the authority to establish this law in Hong Kong?
Of course, this question is very interesting. Don't forget, Hong Kong's full name is Hong Kong SAR. What does that mean? That is a Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. That means Hong Kong is a region of China. That's the first. Second is Hong Kong is very special because, as you said, that before 1997, Hong Kong was a colony of UK, and after the 1997, Hong Kong became the special administrative region of China. So it has always been the central authority to safeguard national security. So this issue of legislation on safeguarding national security in Hong Kong, SAR, is purely China internal affairs, which should not be intervened by any foreign country.
Well, what critics are saying is that if this is implemented, it will be used to criminalize protests like we've seen in Hong Kong over the past year. Are they right to be concerned about this?
As I said just now, in Hong Kong, about 1/3 of residents fled from the mainland to Hong Kong before 1960s. They don't like the community party system. So no matter what Beijing does, they will oppose it. So I believe that the law of Hong Kong will not affect their freedom. But if they strike national security as a foreigner, so there is nationally a law to punish them.
Donald Trump has vowed a strong response to the planned legislation. What has the US got to do with the Hong Kong case, and might this be seen as foreign interference?
So I think that as a Chinese scholar, I think that it is very foolish for Trump administration to intervene in Hong Kong affairs. So this is a typical foreign intervention. So a challenge to China's law and China's sovereignty. So it's very hard to imagine how the White House would react to Hawaii legislation if a country wants to intervene. So I advise Americans do not to do such foolish things. So I also ask some Hong Kong people do not have a real hope for Americans. So in fact, from the perspectives of many countries in the Middle East and North Africa, Syria, Iraq, Libya, etc., the more United States intervenes, the more chaotic their area will be.
We've watched how US-China relations have plunged amid the pandemic. Do you think Hong Kong could become a potential battleground for these rivals?
Yes. Also no. What does that mean? Hong Kong will become a topic of public opinion in struggle between the two countries, between the United States and China. But Hong Kong will not be a new Afghanistan in 1980s when the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union make Afghanistan a new battlefield, as you said. So I believe that in the end, Hong Kong people are intelligent and can solve those problems. Also, China has the ability to protect Hong Kong national security internally.
Wang Wen, Professor and Executive Dean of Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies at Renmin University of China.